All right, we're rolling.
Good.
We're good.
Justin Swinney from Swinney Nutrition, Champ Training. You guys know him. We've got how many boxes are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 12 big cases of protein and supplements that we were running low on. I don't think we were actually out of anything yet. We re-upped our SARMs. We've got cases of protein. We were out of 187.
Yeah, it shipped last week, didn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we've got everything. We're going to bump the numbers up online. Order what you need. And we got some questions here from Facebook. We told them that you were coming, and they must really want to talk to you because I put this post up like an hour ago, and there's a shitload of them on here. Logan Rogers says, what is something in regards to fitness and nutrition that you think gets overlooked and think we should know? That's a good question.
That is a great question. Something in fitness and nutrition as a whole that I think gets overlooked is the place where we get our information and the resources of information in general. And the most overlooked part, again, would be that. So, and I know that's kind of broad, but if you think about it like this, if you go to the gym and there's 4 trainers at the gym, 2 of the trainers have a ACE certification, 1 of the trainers has a 4-year bachelor degree in exercise science, and maybe his CPR certification. Then you got 1 more trainer that's got maybe a PhD and a combine specific training cert. So there's like 4 different levels of education there. 2 of them have certifications. I wouldn't listen to anything they said. I don't even recognize certifications at my gym as education. And then you got 1 guy with a bachelor's, and then you got another guy with a PhD. Well, I guarantee you're going to have different levels of information and different types of descriptions that come from those people. So that's probably the most overlooked, because you can see that one-on-one, you can see the degrees, you can see the credibility. But if you go to Google and you search it, you don't know which one of those 4 guys put the information on Google. Or YouTube. I see a lot of YouTube videos of demonstrating exercises like the squat or whatever, and it's completely wrong, but it looks right on the video, and there's a guy that's a certified trainer that's lifted 600 pounds before, and everybody wants to believe him because he's strong and he's big, but it's not actually right. I guess things of that nature would be what I think is the most overlooked. So I don't know, to sum it up, be the education of the background of the answer or something similar. I know I've kind of talked in circles around it, but that would be the most overlooked.
Here's another simple one too. Like I always heard Jaeger say for years, he said for himself, I don't take fitness advice from people that don't look the way I want to look.
Right.
So
don't take advice from somebody to lose weight that's not in shape. Now I can see if you have somebody that may not look in shape to you, but maybe was 400 pounds in the past, and now they weigh 220 and they lost 180 pounds at a competition this weekend. I had to judge Mr. Alabama. It was freaking amazing. The best Mr. Alabama bodybuilding show I've ever seen in my life. And I've probably been to 500 to 1,000 shows because I've been going to them since I was a baby. But I met a guy there at the weigh-ins. He's actually been on People magazine and on Good Morning America. He looked like an average trainer, like a normal guy. He didn't look like anything crazy. And then I was sitting there talking to him. He's like, yeah, I'm a little out of shape right now. I want to do a competition. I was like, well, that's good. You know, you look fit. He said, yeah, I used to be 400 pounds or whatever. And I was like, there's no way you're 400 pounds. I was like, show me the before pictures. And he did, and he was right. This dude lost 180 pounds or whatever. And he was my height, roughly. And I'm only 5'5"-ish. So to lose that much weight at my height, that's pretty dang impressive. And he didn't have the loose skin because he gained a lot of muscle when he lost it. He just had probably a couple inches of loose skin. And he had a very, very high-ranking plastic surgeon go in and do it. And they did I couldn't even see the scar. And they did it. They removed his skin. So things of that way, like John's talking about, you want the guy to look like they know what they're talking about. And but leave the reservation. Hey, this guy may have looked totally different before. Like when people see me and they're asking about getting big, they're like, well, you're not that big. I'm like, well, I was at one time, you know.
Anytime
I was at
somebody-
one time.
But it's always some dude who's not big that says
Yeah,
that. It's never a fucking, you're not that big.
I always hated when it's like, my uncle's got bigger arms than you. It's like, okay, who is your uncle and where's he from? And let's see a picture of your uncle to prove it.
How many more years is your uncle in prison for?
Yeah, how long is he in prison? But it is what it is. But try to get good information. That's the most important thing.
Joe Falcone, he says, currently using aminos, protein, lean 8, hyperlean. These, along with major diet changes, I've dropped 35 pounds in the last 3 months. I'm 5'6", was 240, now 205. To this point, it's been all diet supplements. No exercise, but now ready for the gym. Any recommendation on supplements to add in addition to aminos protein? Need to lose more weight, but ready to build back some muscle. Thanks you, Justin and SOE. The videos and intro to Justin and his supplements have been life-changing.
Dude, that's amazing because, like I said, you're 1 inch taller than me, and you've lost 35 pounds. That's a lot. And at 5'6", if your body fat's low enough at 190, 5'6", 190, that's pretty muscular. So if you can go to the gym and set that your goal, say, hey, I want to be 5'6", 190, and say over time 10% body fat. That's pretty lean. So if you get that big, you're going to definitely turn heads and be able to be functional and strong, but you're not going to be immobile. You're not going to be too bulky. The first supplements you need to add, which I'd probably say is the SARM MK2866. That's just the most general supplement to kind of get you going. I love that supplement. I love how it works. The Laxgen's a great supplement, and then the Vaso pre-workout. So, you could take all the supplements, but if you're just going to add 3 just to get started, I would add the SARM, the Laxgen, and the Vaso pre-workout.
Did you say he's using Hyperlean?
Hyperlean Lean 8.
He's using Lean 8 Hyperlean.
Yeah.
You might want to look, if you're gonna go to the gym too, you might want to look at 187.
Yeah. Yeah, if you take the 187, be easy with the Hyperlean. Don't take them at the same time unless you at least took them both individually at first. Not many people can take both.
I can't. I still take half of. I take half a Hyperlean at 6:30 in the morning. Brock Elliott, have you always known you wanted your career to be in the nutrition health field, or was there a life-changing moment that brought you into this?
That's a good question. Well, I always wanted to be in this field. In a short answer, yes. I always knew this is what I wanted to do. But when I was in middle school, and I generally talked about that because my dad owned a gym. He was a trainer of pro athletes. When I was 15 years old, I was going to Cowderton Jr.'s house, watching my dad train him. I was going to Baltimore Ravens practices, watching my dad do nutrition consults for them. And even in the early 90s, my dad had pro bodybuilders in his office doing the body fat checks. So that's what I was surrounded with. I did an internship when I was 15 years old at Gold's Gym in Glen Burnie, Maryland, which is a massive gym. I worked there for 4 months the summer between my 9th and 10th grade year. I did personal training, front desk work, and I sit in on all my dad's nutrition consults. We worked 12 to 14-hour days. So it's kind of like, you do with your son up here. And that is what I wanted to do. But at that point, nobody told me there was a career in it. There's like, the only way you can do this is if you work for yourself or something like that. And I was like, well, that's cool too. So when I started to college, I started out with my first 2 semesters was chemical engineering, because my idea was, okay, well, I'm going to get this chemical engineering degree, and then as soon as I get that and get a job, I'm going to figure out how to get a degree in the whole exercise field and do both at the same time, because I knew engineering would fund my hobby of owning a gym. Because if you're a good engineer, you can make enough money to get the right connections and build a gym as well. It's all on, I guess, your requirements. But once I got into it, I met with an advisor and said, hey, look, there is a degree in this that you could use and be a collegiate strength coach and all that. And I said, so I don't have to do the engineering? And they were like, no. And I only did that because I had an advisor that told me that. I was not very well guided as far as college at first. So once I had a good advisor, I was like, okay. Thought I had to do this because my ACT score was really high, So I just got onto it from there, and it was very good. Luckily, I graduated at the top of my class, and I liked all my professors, and I still plan on going back and getting my PhD somehow, some way. I've just got to get my schedule where I can. I've looked at a couple half online, half in class type stuff, but nothing that's been able to be doable.
you just give me $55, I'll print you one.
But yeah, if it would work like that,
it'll say anything you want.
Yeah, those PhDs are about 55 grand.
I can have Sebastian draw it out. What color crayon?
So that's really what got me into the field, and yeah, I always knew I wanted to do it.
So would you say that you're in the field to be a bodybuilder, or you were a bodybuilder to be in the field?
I was a bodybuilder as a hobby. My bodybuilding didn't have anything to do with my degree. Now, when I was in school getting my degrees, I was able to be head over heels above everybody else because I had real world application. So I'm sitting in a classroom with all these people in grad school, and all of them look like average people, maybe like a CrossFitter or a typical certified trainer. And those guys didn't have any real world application. I mean, they may go to the gym 3 days a week like an average person. Well, I was in the gym working out 6 or 7 days a week and then training clients on top of that. So I went into class with all this real world application and numerous internships before that. And I did the bodybuilding in that. It was like, hey, this is going to be fun. Well, let's take what I learned in school and apply it to myself and see if it turns out.
You got a real head start. Like when I was in high school, I'd go to the weight room all the time. They'd let me, in lieu of playing tennis or any other bullshit, because I wasn't on like a team or anything. I didn't play football or any of that shit. So I was just able to go to the weight room every day. Right. My coach let me go to the weight room, and I was small, so I couldn't bench 135 when all the dudes were doing 135 and 225 and shit. I couldn't get under that weight, so I curled all the fucking time. Curl, presses, and but watching all the dudes in the gym. And then, we had buddies, John Wazalowski and a couple dudes. We'd go to Gold's or to World's Gym or some different gyms and stuff and just fuck around. Like, we didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
And you'd get the magazine, and the magazine said creatine, so you'd get some creatine, and you'd fucking take it, and...
The Weight Gainer 10,000.
Yeah, the muscle media, yeah. The Weight Gainer 2,000. It was a 2,000 calories drink, but to make 2,000 calories in that drink, you had to use the whole 5-pound tub and put in 2 gallons of fucking whole milk. So when you mix it up, it was like brownie batter. You literally could not drink it through a straw. No. So you were better off baking this shit into a pan of fucking cake. Yeah. Like that's the only way you could eat it. But like you were around real dudes doing it. Like you had real fucking knowledge. It wasn't some shit you just read one month out of a magazine, or your buddy got some, hey, I got this bottle of stuff,
Yeah. When I was even the guys my dad was training was in the magazines, and it would be those guys' workouts, right? Yeah. So it'd be like Kevin Levroni, this is his show, and my dad trained him for like 20 years.
And it really wasn't his workout.
I asked him, I said, and I used to call him Uncle Kevin, because like we were real tight. I mean, he flew to Florence for my graduation from Maryland. Florence, Alabama, that's a pretty big plane flight to watch me walk across the stage. And I was like, Uncle Kevin, man, is this your real shoulder workout? Because I've never seen you do this. He's like, man, I didn't even write that. He said, we got a ghostwriter. I was like, what is that? And he's like, we have one guy that writes a majority of our articles for me and all the other pro bodybuilders. I was like, are you serious? I was like, so everything in the magazine's BS? And he's like, yeah. He said, let me sign it for you? Oh, yeah, cool. Let's go and talk about something else, change the subject. So he autographed my magazine, and I quit asking questions. But most of the hands-on stuff I got was pretty good. But the pros didn't drink that stuff. Like the pros I was around, it was like this. Every time I saw them, rarely were they drinking the 6,000 calorie shake. Now, they would drink protein shakes, but see, back then, protein shakes weren't as popular because they were low calorie, because they didn't have all the fat and sugar, so they didn't sell a lot of them. They would eat their food and drink a shake with it. Now, I did see a lot of that, but I never saw the stuff we would order once or twice, because I did order it. We all tried it. I was like, man, I got to put
something that's stuck with
half a gallon of milk in this thing. I was like, well, what's the point of doing that? I could have just made chocolate milk and did the same thing.
We asked you that before about the weight gainer, and dudes have asked about weight gainer before, and something stuck with me that I never thought about before. You're like, weight gainers are bullshit. It's something that the industry selling that shit came up with, so they could also sell you some pills to lose fucking weight afterwards. So they get your money getting you fat, and then they get your money trying to get you not fat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's stuck with me.
I'm not a fan of the high sugar products. There's stevia and so many natural things out there now that there's no reason to put sugar in a product.
So Kung Pao, it's weird when you see these guys' pictures on Facebook, you have a perception of what they look like just off of their photo. Because I'll see their avatar. Like, I always know who that dude is because I see his picture so frequently, but I don't ever click his page and look at it. I'll just interact with him in the threads.
Yeah.
And you meet him and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" This kid Kung Pao, he's got a picture of him. He looks like a small, dude.
Yeah.
And he's got some guns and shit. He says, which I would never have thought. He said, "I've gone from 305 to 170 pounds almost a decade ago. Now that I'm sure I can maintain, I'm trying to gain about 15 pounds of muscle and increase a little body fat. It decreased a little body fat at the same time. I tend to lean out when I work out. I'm currently 5'10", 5'11". On a good day, what can I do to gain muscle?"
Well, the main thing is your nutrition. Supplements are always second. That's why they're called supplements. They supplement your meal plan. So if you got your meal plan all right, you want to put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, you only weigh 175, I would shoot for around 300 to 350 grams of protein a day. And I'd probably start out, since you were heavy before, I'd start out around 200 grams of carbs. Don't go too high. 1 gram per pound minimum, so that's around 200 is what you want to weigh, so we'll say 200 carbs. Just keep the fats low because we don't know how you'd process those. And then the supplements to add to that, definitely trying to gain muscle would be the SARMs and the Laxogen. There's another product I have called Epigrow, which I haven't brought yet because I'm waiting on a bigger order to come through for John, because I know he's going to sell so much of the stuff. If I don't have at least 100 bottles to bring to him, everybody's going to be on the waiting list. But make sure you get your protein, your carbs. So 350 protein, 200 complex carbs, no sugar, no breads, no dairy, no fruit, no junk. Don't want anything that could gain fat since you've already been heavy in the past.
Epigrow, what's it do?
Now Epigrow, that's probably one of the best products that I've made as far as bringing in 2 different things into one product. The chemical ingredient, the epicatin, is the active ingredient in dark chocolate. So epicatin is a very, very expensive ingredient. So most products on the market have around 100 to 175 milligrams per serving of epicatin, and that is enough to yield a very mild result. Now mine per serving is 500 milligrams. And you're like, holy shit, that's 3 times more than anything on the market. Yes, it is, but that's what it takes to see substantial benefits. Now, most products out there on the market put epicatin and like rice flour, or epicatin and some kind of maltodextrin filler just to fill up the rest of the capsule. I was like, well, what can I add to it to make it even better? And I added the green tea extract, ECEG, and huperzine A.
So is it a stimulant?
No. Now, huperzine A will make your brain function, but it's not a stimulant. But you put ECEG and huperzine A together at a 400 and 200 ratio, and you will inhibit somatostim, which is the negative feedback of growth hormone. So your body produces growth hormone, and then it produces somatostim to keep the growth hormone from being high. It'll just lower it, which is bad. You don't want somatostim. Somatostim is bad.
Is it a mood enhancer?
Yeah, you'll feel better.
From the chocolate?
Yes. So it's like an aphrodisiac, positive mood. It's a great product. It's my favorite product right now. It's called Epigrow 1000. Again, I don't have it yet to bring to John. It's on my site, but I'm gonna get it here soon. With that, it's 500, and you can take that. I put 60 servings a bottle, so it's 2 servings a day. So now you're going, wow, I'm getting 1,000 milligrams of epicatin versus everybody on the market 100 to 175 milligrams. So it's a major increase, and it's a really good product. That's why we like it. You actually.
Which one do you want?
The hot stuff.
I'm assuming that it's that one.
Habanero.
The hot stuff.
He's brave, man.
It's good, man. So guys, Palo Alto firefighter department make this pepper sauce.
I can't do hot stuff.
Dude, I say that too, man, but like it changes the eggs.
Yeah, oh yeah, it changes them. That's for sure.
And it's not bad. So
I used to put jalapenos and banana peppers in there fresh out of the garden,
yeah.
And I really liked it fresh.
So, why that product to put on muscle?
So what that product does, if you take a high enough dose of the epicatin, you can actually slightly lower the body's production of myostatin.
Okay.
Myostatin is regulated with a hormone called follistatin. And if you just Google the hormone epicatin and myostatin, or epicatin and follistatin, it'll kind of explain that. There's a few studies out there that are pretty decent. None of those studies are taking it as high dose as I did, which is why we're seeing it work. But we're seeing a huge increase in fullness and the quote pumped look. Now you're thinking, well, I don't want to get too pumped because then I can't move. but it's like cell volumization. It doesn't make you immobile. All it does is make your muscles appear more round because they're healthier.
Like the VO2 does.
It's just like the VO2. Yep.
But it works in a different way.
It's
so
totally different. Yeah,
angles.
you will look pumped or round or healthy all the time, which we like.
Here's a good one that Justin will talk to you a lot about. Joseph Thacker. Dude, I think he's riding a Ducati. This is another one of those. You see that picture? You guys fuck me up when you change your profile pictures. Because then I'm like, who's this dude? Joseph Thacker says, what's your EDC? What's your everyday carry? What do you got on you?
I get it.
Yeah.
So I just got this back. I had this one and a matching 26 done the same way. This is my everyday carry. It's a Glock 19. It's not your basic Glock 19. Nothing I own is factory. Nothing I own is normal. Kent from Southern Cerakote did an amazing job. I don't know if you want to see this gun. He did an amazing job on this gun.
Multi-cam black.
Yeah, the slide. Now I have a matching Glock 26. The slide is, this is a 19. Slide is multi-cam black. I had all the stippling done on the handle. It's got my logo stippled in the handle, which is kind of cool. He did all the cuts, and then he put a custom trigger in here. He could tell you more about that. I just said I want the best Glock he can make that's possible, so that's what he did. Trijicon RMR sight, the raised sights for my suppressors. All my suppressors should be here this month. I got an Osprey chambered in the 45, and I have a couple more, but we're not going to get into all that. But yeah, this is my everyday carry, and I also carry the 26. So the basic 19, the 26 I have on me at all times, plus a couple blades and stuff like that. The blade I have on me right now is my basic 0 tolerance, and I use that to usually cut boxes and stuff. I have a really nice Strider. I have a really nice Dwayne dryer, and I have a what is the name of the other one?
Mix?
No, it was the, what's the name of that one? The Microtech. So I have 2 Microtechs.
Oh, you got that.
Yep. John gave me a Microtech that's double-sided blade with a rubber handle, so you can't drop it, which I love. It fits in my pocket. My girlfriend brought me the Special Forces edition of the Microtech, which I didn't bring any of those with me because we were in the car for 3.5 hours each way, and I didn't want my pockets full. But I always have at least 2 blades. And Gabe Kinderkanook made Kinderconnect. He made me a custom karambit, fully custom on my hand. I love it. It's the most amazing karambit I've ever seen. So if you guys want a custom karambit from him, tell him you want one like mine. I mean, that thing is freaking incredible, and I can't break it. I've tried to break it, and I can't break it.
You can find Gabe on Facebook or hit us up. Either one of us can put you in touch with him. I think he's still full-time cop, so he's not. Yeah. He's not a production knife guy. Makes one piece at a time, but his shit's neat. You guys know that we're tight with Strider, so we don't even Strider shit's cool. But
yeah, they know my story with Strider now.
But Dwayne gave him one right out of his pocket, and then I ended up getting a sister knife to that. We have the matching 2 knives, and then Mick hooked him up with one of his also. So guys talk about like the Katanica shorts. They're $120, $150 shorts. That is expensive for a pair of shorts. I wear Katanica shorts almost every day. They were all dirty. I've been out at the farm doing shit, and they've all just been real dirty. I let them pile up here. I come back here, take a shower, and they get sat here, and they don't get home and washed. So I've been wearing proper, and you can buy a proper pair of shorts, who makes BDUs and shit. You can buy them off Amazon. They're like 35, 40 bucks. It's a nice pair of shorts. There is a fucking huge difference in them, though. You get what you pay for. The way they're cut, the pockets, the way they're flat where your knife sits. But in addition to that, I wear a pair of proper pants in here yesterday, multi-cam pair of shorts, and didn't go to the farm at all, wasn't outside hot and sweaty, just stood all day and cut belts. I cut hundreds of belts yesterday. Just standing there sweating, like just the way they're cut, I get some chafing and shit. When I wear these shorts, I can wear these shorts 3-4 days in a row, have them fucking wet, have them dry, and then put them on dirty the next day, and I don't get that chafing. It's just the way they're cut, it's the material, there's just something about them. It is well worth it. Like I'm telling you guys, spoil yourself, splurge on it. If you don't have a nice pair of shoes and a nice pair of shorts, if you don't have to wear them every day, man. You don't have to. Your whole wardrobe doesn't have to be that. Go get some. And wool socks, man. I wear Smart Wool. I know some of you guys are going to throw out other brands. That's fine. Dudes are like, wow, $16 for a pair of socks. It's expensive. It is. But if you buy one pair a week, Jaeger told me when I moved here, he's like, get some Smart Wool socks. So I started buying a couple pairs. When I moved here, I couldn't even afford a pair of Smart Wool socks after the move. So I bought a pair. The socks I was buying from Walmart, I would throw them away every few months. They'd wear out. The socks, the Smart Wool socks though, I can rotate. I wear them for 4 or 5 years, man, and it's a big difference. Like your feet are sweaty, you take your shoes off, 5 minutes later your feet are completely dry. They have a silver antimicrobial in them, so your shoes don't stink. But invest in that, man. Get you a good pair. Try a pair of Katanica shorts. We don't get anything from them. I don't get any discount. They don't hook us up. I pay full price for those shorts. And I bought them for all my dudes that work here. They've all got them. And Justin got him some. And, man, it's a huge, huge difference.
I don't get any kickback from them either. I'm just telling you because I like them. I came in here and saw John with multicam black shorts. And I said, yeah, dude, I love multicam black. Where did you get it? And he told me. And I didn't understand what I was actually getting in the shorts. Now that I have them, man, they've got hidden magazine pockets.
I can carry a full-size leather work gloves in this pocket, walk around half the day, and not even know those are in here. And then there's slots in here.
You can't see it.
You can put two P-mags in here. There's elastic, and then there's slots back here. It's everything about them. They're billowed out.
Carabiners on. And the best part is this.
It's
flat where your knife goes.
Yeah, it's flat for your knife and your light. It sits there. It doesn't chew the shit out of your car because it's in place there. Like when I slide in and out of the Range Rover from wearing a little Surefire B1 backup, it cut the leather piping off the seat. It doesn't do that with these shorts on. Then it's got a pocket right here. You can put a stinger in here, a poly stinger, or a Surefire light or something back there. Man, they're just nice. The only thing I hate is that stupid little zipper pull.
On this pocket, I hate that.
I cut them off. I take them off of there.
And I like
got pin slots.
Pin slots. Yep. I put my Sharpie when I'm doing
it's got
orders.
Another pocket back here for something. They're just, man, they're awesome. Good. I'm telling you, Christmas is coming. When your girl asks you, what do you want for Christmas? You're like, oh, I don't know, because we all do it. Get you a pair of Katanica shorts.
Just get one pair. It's all you
need. And then when you get when you like them, get a pair of pants. Yeah. Just buy them, man. You'll wear them at the gym. You'll wear them in the garage working out. You'll wear them wherever it is you're at, and you'll love them. So
that's my EDC. Only belts I use are the ones John makes me. That's it. I don't wear nothing else. I have one ostrich belt that's real nice that I wear with my Justin ostrich boots, like when we dressed up and went out in Atlanta. I'm typically not a guy who's going to spend a ton of money on super fancy clothes because I'm going to spend all my money on my guns or my truck. But lately, I've slowly started investing in nice stuff that I really like because I was an Under Armour or Nike guy. If it was made by Under Armour or Nike, I wanted it, and that was what I wore because I played sports my whole life. And now John's showed me a few of the tactical stuff that's actually way higher quality than any Under Armour or Nike dry fit I've ever had.
It's just more comfortable.
It's way more functional. You know, I always thought Under Armour or Nike was the best though, like their polos or their pants or their khakis. But no, you get into this stuff and it's way better.
But Lululemon should be sponsoring you.
Dude, I have more Lululemon than any dude out there. Anybody think they got more than me? Try me.
Right.
You will lose.
Right. They should be giving you that shit.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to fucking buy that for as much as you fucking wear and as well as you represent them.
I have on 5 pieces of Lululemon right now. You can have the t-shirt, the undershirt, my underwear, my shorts under these. I always wear 2 pair of shorts because if I got to work out, I got to do it fast.
I think they only sponsor fat girls that go to Starbucks after they work out.
Well, I can go to Starbucks if they sponsor.
I just worked out for 20 minutes.
But the sauce is like yours though. It's the smart wool. The Lululemon is the same sauce. No, we ate twice already. But my girlfriend spoils me too. So the first time I got a pair of the Lululemon underwear, I was like, oh, this stuff is awesome. I came home the next day and had like 60, 65 pair. I was like, wow, how'd you get these? She's like, oh, I just spent 10 grand on your underwear. I was like,
I stole them. Are you shoplifting again?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been caught?
Never.
Mm-hmm.
She has a really big purse.
She has a really big purse.
Yeah. A bunch of them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. So Amanda wanted purses. I'm like, there's no way I'm buying a fucking $500 purse. If only I'd have known. Yeah, $500. You can't even fucking walk in. You can't even walk in the store for $500. Like there ain't a fucking thing in the building that's $500. The fucking bottle of water they give you is $500. Would you like some champagne? We walk in, when you walk in with dudes that don't know, they're like, they're giving you champagne? Yeah, well, you ain't, just wait till you see what's about to happen.
Wait, you're going to pay for it, don't worry.
Jeff Kelly, for the 10 hours I'm at work, I have no place to store food or beverages. Also, it's an hour drive to and from. So, for about 12 hours, I can take in anything, I can't take in any healthy food-wise. I've asked about bringing a cooler, but the company said for security purposes I'm not allowed. What would Justin suggest, if anything, to do in my circumstances for food, because my only option is a fast, good place 10 minutes away on my half-hour lunch break. Goal right now is weight loss 20 to 30 pounds. Can you take in...
So you can't take any food?
Can you take in a tub of protein that has not been opened? Can you show security that it has not been opened? It still has the seal on it.
Can he leave it in his car? He said he could get in his car and drive somewhere. Why couldn't you have a cooler in the car?
Yeah, so they're costly, but again, you get what you pay for. Yeti, Orca, Coleman, they all make, you know, and I know some of you guys are going to say Coleman's nothing like that. But for keeping shit cold purposes and not having to have a cooler that you can drive over, an Orca or a Yeti cooler, you spend, you know, $300, $500, $600 on them. They make, Yeti has a soft cooler now. It's made out of Hypalon, the same shit they make rubber, you know, Raider Zodiacs and shit out of. And you can put ice in these things. Amanda's got a double walled Yeti cooler cup, the cup.
Mm-hmm.
You can put ice in that motherfucker. Put it in your car, leave it all day long. Come back to the car the day afterwards, there will still be ice in that.
I have 3 of those cups.
Dude, I fucking so bad want, like...
Those are the best cups ever.
I so bad want one of those soft side coolers. I don't fucking need it. I don't have a use for it. But I almost bought a, you know, $500 soft sided cooler.
Say you had it.
I carry it around. Like I carry them on all the trucks. All my trucks have Yeti, have Orca coolers on them. We went with Orca, number 1, because the local place had them.
Yeah.
Number 2, they're made in the United States, and they're here in Tennessee. That's why we went with Orcas.
I don't know what the security is on this guy getting into work, but he said he couldn't take a cooler, but I don't know if he could leave it in his car. So that kind of gives me a different answer here. In most cars now, you can buy the little 12-volt converters that'll give you a plug-in. You can buy a mini microwave for $50. I bought one for my office at work because I don't have much space. I paid $50 or $60. It's super small. You can't fit much in it, but you could fit the plate in it. But you're not gonna heat up, you know, a massive thing in the microwave. It's not a huge at-home version.
There's a way to do anything. Think about this. Motherfuckers in jail are cooking pizzas and shit, like just off of a some jailhouse innovation shit. There's a way to do anything. You
and with a cooler, really crap, you could buy one for $10 and put an ice pack in it. When I was a bodybuilder, I couldn't afford any of this stuff. I had the cheapest cooler I could get. It was literally probably 15 or 20 bucks, and I might be splurging if I'd said $24 on the cooler. I just froze a little ice packs and put it in there with it. You only need it cold for 12 to 15 hours. I'm not going on a 7-day trip.
That's
true. 1 day.
Years ago, who would have said, even 5 years ago, who'd have said motherfuckers we'd be buying $500 coolers? Like they didn't exist.
For what? You know, I don't think I've ever went.
There's a way to do
10-day trip.
There's a way to do almost anything.
Some people do, but I mean, maybe a 3-day trip. But anyway, try that. If that don't work, man, you can do shakes. Or what's the, if you'll comment back with your food options at the restaurant you go to, we can tell you. But you can always get the little tuna packs, the little chicken packs. I mean, there's anything you can do. It just depends what you can get to.
All right, Joshua Brandow. I'm on a very limited budget, and I'm medically cleared to return to the gym after an injury that sidelined me for 10 months, and I'm gaining weight, 35 pounds. I want to get a product that is going to help me the most right now. If I could buy just one of your products, what would it be and why?
What was his goal?
I think it's to lose 35 pounds.
Lose 35 pounds?